Is that alright?
Technically it's going on right now on the internet, but alright. Just give me a 10 count.
Is that good enough?
Well, say something. Say a conversation. Say hello.
Hello, how are you?
Okay, it sounds like it's doable.
Okay.
Okay, so now let me go ahead and get my microphone on. And Okay, we're going hot now. All right. Hi guys, I've got my friend Sue here. She's sitting in the universe, and I'm gonna be coming over to the universe in a bit myself. Right now I'm so tangled up with cords. It's embarrassing.
But we will get untangled.
Oh,
just give us some second. It's a little bit of work here, but we will get it done.
I got cords tangled on my chair. I got cords tangled over my chair. I got cords. Oh my God!
You got a death hazard here, is what you have, Michelle.
All right. Well, now, okay. So
I'm gonna put my drink in my lap.
No, guys.
This way they can't see.
Well, here's the only problem is I don't know how in the hell I'm gonna do the phones from here.
Well, because all you gotta do is stand up and answer it.
Yeah, I gotta go over there and answer it.
But you don't have to like answer it on the first ring. You can let it ring once or twice.
Yeah.
You know,
let
them call in.
Let me just see how the live stream's going here. And I didn't even switch the questions on. Let me explain to the audience what happened.
I don't know how long I'll be here, but I'll be here for a little bit.
Okay, so let me just quickly.
I could leave in 10 minutes.
Detangle everything so I can quickly set up here. I'm already set up, guys, but we have a slight minor issue. First of all, I forgot to get the questions up on the screen. Aww. Well, I mean, I got them on the screen, but they're in another window. So let's make them bigger here. Okay, so I gotta make this bigger for them so they can see it. Ah, bigger, 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 bigger. Make them bigger. You gotta make them huger. Come on, let's go. Yeah, that's better. All right. Okay, we are. Yeah, that's nice. Big text. We all can see that, right? We are. I think that's a little bit too big. Well, maybe for some people. That's too big even for me. Oh, okay. So let's shrink the screen down a little bit. Right now, everything on this thing is like snails today. I don't know why. I don't know why. Okay. We are now live. So what's running in the background that's making this thing run like a constipated cow? I don't see anything in the background that's making it run like a constipated cow. There's Sue at the desk. We can see Sue. So we know that works. How do you get back to text? Alright, that's better. Maybe a little bit bigger. That's it. Turn off the emojis. I don't need them on right now. I love the way these things come up with different expressions. Disappointed, relieved. Okay, we are now live. Okay. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to make this just a little bit bigger so that Sue and I can read these questions.
Now, can anybody hear us?
Is that big enough or should I go bigger?
As far as where?
Can you read this?
Can I read what?
Can you see the screen clearly?
Yeah, that, yeah.
Okay, good. Now, how do I get rid of the emoji screens that are down here?
Are we live now?
Okay. Is that it?
So if anybody
that changes the color.
If anybody wants to call in, can they call in now?
How in the futon do you get rid of the emojis?
And futon is not what she meant.
I went keyboard and I'm stuck with these stupid emoji thingies.
Stupid is not what she meant.
Okay, so, well, no one's gonna, you're not gonna be able to see anybody's messages if you're stuck with the pictures. I know that.
Yeah. We're having a problem getting the emojis off the screen.
I'm trying to get them off the screen. Oh, I see it. Okay. It's
we got
the first problem when you get this keyboard.
Minute.
Oh, yeah, it's better. Okay, come on.
Takes a second.
This whole internet is running like a
There we go.
Well, I got back down to smaller size, but it's not.
Yeah, we still got. Okay, right, there we go.
All right,
emojis are gone.
Okay, so now I can make it a little bit bigger. What you guys are wondering what we're doing is we're trying to get the screen big enough so that we can see it from the other table. And the problem is...
because we're sitting a little bit further back
from
the
screen. Is she can see, I can't see. So I need to make it bigger so she can see them because we're going to be sitting at the table. And that's better, okay. So now, let me switch this screen over to there. Make sure we've got a good picture. Yeah, we're good. Let me post the phone number. Let me be honest, guys, when I say this. Please have mercy. We're going to do our best to get this right. And we'll turn on the phone call ahead of time.
If I may say so, just call in with legitimate questions. You know, don't be stupid and call in with orders for pizza and, you know, stuff like that. This is not a show like that.
Right.
It's not what this is meant for.
Right. And I think the thing is that I'd like to show people an overlay so I can actually be part of the screen. Let me just try something here. What are you going to do? Okay, the universe is on, right? Yeah, so because the universe is on with hers, no one can see you. So, I like the universe. What do you think?
Well, whether or not you can see me or not, I am here.
Well, that's not the problem. It's not the matter of seeing you. It's just that there's something in the system that's causing the system to run like a constipated cow right now. Not sure why. Okay, well, turn off the splash intro. Okay, there's me in the corner, behind Sue. You can see me in the corner, you can't turn that off. And you can see me, yeah, you can see me. Okay, so, just turn that on. Well, just move your icon to the top of the screen, so that way, because they're showing the questions anyway. Oh, yeah. So let's do that. Let's turn off the chroma key right now so that we can see the questions. And you and I can see us both in the picture at the same time. Alright? That's the easiest way to do it. So turn the chroma key off. Turn on the FS10 overlay so we can see you. And we can see me. And that's what we're going to do. And we got the phone number there so now we can see each other. Because someone's going to sit here.
What's the phone number
someone's going to sit here. It's the phone, right? Exactly. And that's where the problem is.
The phone number again is
you got my headphones, so... Alright, so here's the advantage. Now you can actually sit where you're comfortable. And I can...
And the phone number to call in is what?
Yeah, I'm going to put that up right now. It's right down there, 738-8463.
860?
It's right there on the screen.
Alright.
860-738-8463. And so let's put on the desktop so we can see that screen too. And if you guys wondering why it's taking us so long to set up, it's because this is kind of the spur of the moment thing. Yeah, you know what that means, right? Hell on wheels.
Spontaneity.
Spontaneity is not my best forte at all. Really.
But we will make it work.
We'll make it work. We're getting in it. We'll just make sure everything is working here right now. Chat's working. Okay. So, just minimize the screen. And why, that's why you're taking a more I.O. Why do we have this? No, wait, I don't want to turn that off. I need that on. Let's just get a program playing in the background that's taking our I.O., which is this one. We don't need this on. Quit. We don't need that page screen clip on. It just takes too long. Okay, just make sure it's going out on the network right now. Sounds like Michelle's having a little bit of an issue. Yeah, okay, well, it's working. Okay, so Alright, so 860-738-8463. Sue is over there at the desk. I'm over here, and my microphone is getting caught in my shirt along with all these cords. And anybody in the audio video industry... Ouch.
There goes the microphone.
Alright, I got it. This thing is tough. $10 microphone from God knows where, and it survived that. I'll get it. I hope the one was wearing headphones. I was wearing it.
We are ready for questions.
Okay, we are ready. And we still got a pile of cords tangled up. And my chair is rolling on top of them.
Yeah, but she'll be all right.
For right now, we're hot. And tangled. I need some Johnson baby shampoo with detangling formula.
No tears.
Oh, my God.
No tears.
All right, I got it.
No tears formula.
Okay, so... Hi guys, hello, meet to everybody. As we said, we are... I'm going to put this cord away. I don't need this right now. There'll be one less wire to trip over.
One less death wish.
What's that?
One less death wish.
Well, today we're going to be having we're going to be having a fairly impromptu chat, and I know that some of you guys have been voicing your disapproval of this channel because you think this channel is a waste of time. If I go back to look at some of the comments that were posted today, and I will certainly share them with you right now, and I'll share them with Sue because.
I am the in-studio guest.
Yep, Sue is in-studio guest, and unfortunately, God.
You are so unorganized at this moment.
Okay, I got it right now for now.
She's good.
A million cords, wires, plugs, jacks, odds, and ends that we were going to use for
death wishes.
Okay.
Sorry, I apologize.
Yeah, the original mic drop happened to start slow
But
up.
to sit here and watch it is just hilarious.
Okay, so let's get started with some of the point I started talking about earlier, and that was we were having some issues with some of your comments, and I wanted to let you know that this. I'm going to shrink the screen now so I can show them the comments that were posted on my channel, and then we can see them, because I can't read the whole screen because they'll just scroll off the screen.
So what I'm hearing is what you're going to do right now is you're going to take care of that, what you've seen and questions that have been asked or whatever, and then what I'd like to see is for you to just have a night where people just call in and just ask questions, random questions about whatever they want to know an answer to.
Right. I know that people of peace.
Whether or not you have the answer to it, we can't guarantee.
Right.
But there's nothing calling in and asking.
Right. We want you to ask questions, but
exactly.
I also wanted to just
maybe if you don't have the answer, I might, or vice versa.
Right. What I wanted to share was some of the comments that were said on the communications I received today, and that was what I wanted to share. But unfortunately, I am having a twisted mess of cords everywhere, and
we're having a little bit of an issue getting there.
All right, so let's go to this comment here. Let me make sure I'm in the right window.
So has anybody commented in, asked a question yet?
Not yet, but all right, here's what this person said to me. I'm going to go back to, he said, not people peace, it's not him. It was one of the last people, so I'm just trying to find it. You're not having much luck, are you? No, I found it. It's just I can't find it back right now. All right. Okay. Okay. First comment. I believe you blocked the majority of your audience during the Great Blocking. If I'm not mistaken, you blocked your own friends for speaking up. I'm sure the rest of your audience was probably driven away by your inability to answer the chat or phone quickly. See, now, there you're saying is you don't have to answer the phone on the first ring?
No. You're never going to get a radio station or any kind of a TV station or anything like that that's online where you're going to get a ring. It's going to ring once and you're going to get answered. You got to give it a couple of rings.
And besides that, you remember, guys, most of the time you call the radio or TV station, I usually get a busy signal.
Exactly.
I don't usually get the answer even that close. Let's try to find here. Somebody, here we go.
Even so, if you call in and it's ringing and ringing and ringing, you wait, and if you don't get through and something happens, you get disconnected or whatever, then that means that she's most likely on the phone.
Right. Or in this case,
So
we have an answering machine over here, which allows you to leave a message, and then I can get back and play it.
And she'll call back.
All right. So here's the first comment I wanted to play or read to you. This is from Low T Manlet. He said, Mad Mike's low-key channel here. How about having a live stream where you actually pay attention to and answer users' questions without ignoring that they're even said something or going off on a completely different direction all about you? Where you don't have fat drunks or Rhonda come on and talk shit to us, where you don't censor cuss words or any words for that matter.
Okay, so what they want to know is, can we just answer that?
Let me finish reading.
All right, go ahead.
Okay, let me finish.
I apologize.
I'm just trying to read what he said so you can see what they're saying, so you can understand what's going on here.
Go
okay, when you don't have fat drunks or Rhonda come on and talk shit to us, where you don't censor cuss words or any words that matter, try coming to a stream prepared with themes in mind or something other than woe me bitching about how YouTube isn't paying you. Grow up. Of course they aren't going to pay you for this filth. I can tell you as a Catholic that pop, which is people of peace, is full of excrement and frankly suggests asking weird and alienating advice that should be completely disregarded. Nobody wants to come to Michele for the aforementioned reasons. They are especially not coming here to hear the gospel from somebody that won't be able to stay on topic long enough to go anywhere. All this is why Brian, Willa, Dakil, Bill, Soundguy, Cletus, myself, etc. never show up anymore. You're not doing a good job of being a host of a show. You're just being a me baby in an adult body. We had to be mean with you to get our points across that you were ignoring everyone and basking in what you thought was YouTube fame and feeling as all but left because you treat us like stepping stones. You want to talk about YT crapping on the little guy. Let's look at you, Michele. Enjoy sitting around with Pop's creepy scripture class. Now, what do you say to that? I told you what I said to him. I said, join us tonight. I do have a hard time with my hearing with the phone, but that's in chats. I tried to answer all chats. That's why they seem so scattered. As far as the people I associate with, they are living human beings. They deserve to be treated with respect and kindness. I do admit that it is easy to be judged, but I'd rather not do that. And unfortunately, the stupid microphone is giving me fits, like always. It's a great microphone if you would just be able to keep it in place. But normally I put the cord over my clothes and then over my back like a sword scabbard. All right, but let me finish. Okay, rather not do that. People of Peace is a 17-year-old high school junior. He's still learning about the real world. I have been given the task by the fates of the universe to mentor him, to help guide him in being a good member of society. Ed is also a good person who has flaws, like everyone. That he needs to work on. Sanctions and shunning do not help people. Sanctions and shunning make things worse. If we are to improve things, we need to address the issues. Agree? What do you think, so? Oh, she stepped out for a bit. Well, what do you think? Yeah, I kind of agree. I think it's just disgusting that these people, you know, they say they want all these things, but yet, where are they now? They're not here. They're not here, right? So, it's like, you guys, I don't know, Michelle. I really don't know what to say, except to say is that you're trying your best to do the best you can, and they're getting crapped on.
Who is talking right now?
I'm talking right now, and
Are you Lumi?
Yeah, I was just trying.
Well, I don't want to sit here with Lumi. So either Michelle comes out and talks, or I leave, and I will go home.
Well, me and Michelle were just talking about that message that Michelle read you, and...
Well, Michelle does the show, and if Michelle can't do the show without Lumi, then I'm just going to go home.
Well, I do... Me and Lumi also kind of moderate, too, but...
I know that.
All right.
But I want Michelle to do the show, because a lot of people... I've read a lot of the comments on these shows, and I've actually watched them. A lot of people want to see just Michelle do it.
Right, well...
I can't say why. I don't know what people have against Lumi. I don't know Lumi myself, but I'm just saying what I've seen, what I've heard, whatever. But...
Well, here's one thing I would definitely like to say is, and I think that you will agree with me on this, if people treated me with respect and didn't treat me like a dirtbag.
Treated you? Are you Lumi or Michelle?
Me, I'm Michelle. If they didn't treat me like a dirtbag, maybe we could have had a good show. But it seems like these people are not in the mood to do that and have that kind of a dialogue. I'm just telling you, I was just trying to get to see how many people are actually watching this thing. And right now, I am not having much luck finding out information here right now. Just give me a second here. Right now, I don't see anybody. Oh,
how many people know that I'm actually here?
They can see you in the picture there, but they probably, and they can see me in the bottom picture, but they probably can't. I think what it is the sad truth is that majority of the audience have decided to walk away, like this person said, because they don't like the way this channel is. They don't like the way it's gone. They don't really like me. They don't like what this channel represents.
Well, the channel's not really representing anything in particular. It's a station, it's a show, or whatever, however you want to phrase it, about just questions that you might want an answer to.
Right.
You know, it's not based on anything in particular.
But I mean, like, when I'm looking at this and I'm saying to myself, is just, what the first thing is people don't realize how much work is going into this.
Right. No, there is a lot of work that goes into it. But what you're going to get out of it is a whole different story.
And I think that the first thing is I know that there are YouTubers that do a lot of preparation in general on their show. And those people are good people, and that they really truly believe in what they're doing.
Yeah.
Even though we have 0 watches right now, I suspected that. But anyway, it's just kind of disenchanting to see that these people are just not... I don't think they take anything we do seriously. I just don't think that they...
No, they don't.
I mean, is it because they're too young? Is it because
You don't know what kind of generation that you're attracting. You have no idea. You
Right.
can't. There's no way for you to know.
right? So we have no idea if they're 20 or
exactly,
40.
or if they're 60 or 70.
Well, I know one was 60-ish, but
But if there's anybody out there that just has a general basic question that maybe you've been stumbling upon for 6 months, a year, maybe a month, a week, a day.
well,
Call in and ask. Maybe we'll have an answer.
Well, I
Who
know
knows?
people. Peace will be on in a little bit because he always is. But the thing here I'm trying to say is that what bothers me is that these people are. Let me turn the camera on the console a little more towards you so they can see you better because you're kind of
Yeah, so they know I'm here.
You're on the
and-
periphery, so.
So they know I'm here.
Okay.
Where's my ashtray?
You're gonna get. That's fine. Okay.
Hi, Fane.
And it's like, so what I'm trying to say is like, let me show you the screen. Oh,
You're
One
all
of the things that-
miscombobulated.
one
She's
of-
a little miscombobulated right now.
when we're tangled up. Okay. So
She'll be all right in a minute.
let me just show you where we are in the picture. Get out of here, dashboard. This thing always has a habit of clicking things on I don't need right now. All right. So here's the screen. There's you. There's me. Okay, you can see this camera's pointing at me. The camera's pointing at you.
Yep.
So they can see that there's two people in the same physical room.
Right.
So that's the main key piece. And of course we know that the phone's working because I just tested it. So
Now,
the phone...
if it rings, is it going to be loud as hell?
Oh yeah, tell me about it. So
All right. So the number again to call?
it's right on the screen. 860-738-8463.
Okay.
And I'm just making sure everything here is working. Looks good. We're getting a lousy frame rate, but that's probably because it's just is the nature of the digital beast. It always is. I never can get one top of the line frame rates in this thing. It's because this computer is old and crappy. Yep.
That's what you get from a 1912 computer.
This computer is a 2000 and I think 2005, 2006.
I was close.
It's old.
As opposed to 1912.
And the whole point here is that, like I said, the people that are complaining the loudest, I don't know if they really, like I said, I don't know if they take this seriously what I'm trying to do. I just don't think they really have an understanding of the preparation that does go into this. So, but one of the things is that we wanted to talk to you. We wanted to ask you questions.
Me?
I'm talking to the audience.
Well,
So
yeah.
why
Call in
don't
and
you
ask whatever
why
it
don't
is
you
you want
type your
answers
questions in the chat screen or call? I'm right near the phone switch. I can answer the phone from here. 860-738-8463. You got questions for me or Sue? We can answer them for you. And
Absolutely.
and that's the reason why we have two cameras going right now. It's kind of crazy. But
That's my phone.
so my first question is this going to be one of those other nights where, again...
Is it so quiet? We don't want a quiet night. We don't like quiet nights.
Well, I mean, you and I can talk. I mean, that's one thing that's nice is like you're here, so it's not like it wouldn't be like nobody here to talk. It'll be just, it just be kind of, you know, you know what I'm saying. 860-738-8463. It's just really just kind of time consuming. So What's this? Here's some questions for you. You say this pamphlet because you thought this would be great questions. Okay. They got this pamphlet from the Jehovah's Witnesses. They threw this by my door. And
yeah, they left it at my door too. I threw it in the garbage.
Well, okay.
Because what I believe in is what I already believe in. And somebody sticking something in my door is not going to change my mind.
Right. Oh, well, let's see something here. I got the people of peace. First, good evening. Good evening to you, too. Can you read what he's typing? Over here, Sue. Right there. Can you read that?
Peace. People of peace.
Yep.
First off, good evening. God evening.
Okay. Secondly,
I'm sure others will.
Unless
others will show up.
I hope they do.
Well, that would be nice.
Because last time we came, I ended the live stream, nobody showed up. It was like, it's like, I'm gonna fix my cord here in this microphone. It's driving me ape shit. Hold on a minute, let me fix this. I tried to put this cord away underneath my clothes, and that
just give her a second.
And it never worked out for me under my clothes. So let me put it over my clothes. Like I usually do. Yep. I found out that this cord works better with like a storage cover.
Just give her a minute. She'll have it figured out in a second.
Ugh. Okay, so almost got this. So, the first question, people of peace, since you can hear me through this microphone, is I want to know how you're doing today. And okay, there we go. There we go. That's better. Yay. Okay, now you can see. All right. So, secondly, I'm here. I'm sure others will show up. You would think so, but you know what? I'll tell you a secret. On Friday, nobody came. Not even you came. So, or at least I don't think you came Friday. No, you didn't, because she didn't come Friday. So the first question is what is it about this show that makes people want to run away from it? And I just don't understand what is I done wrong. It says, yeah, I agree with your guest. I'm Catholic and I won't be changing my faith. I hate when Jehovah's Witnesses and Mormons, Islamic organizations bombard my building with conversion fighters. Well, I don't necessarily have a problem talking to them. I just kind of wish that maybe the Catholic Church should do the same thing. If the Catholic Church didn't screw up with the child abuse pedophile ring crap that they did, maybe they could have. You know, I'll give you that. I will give you that. Oh my God, you're making this worse. I hate these cords. So, Sue will obviously have to read your questions while I detangle my life.
Alright, people of peace, yes, I agree with your guest. I'm Catholic, and I won't be changing my faith. I hate when Jehovah's Witnesses, Mormons, or Islam organizations bombard my building with conversation flyers.
Right.
With conversion flyers.
Right.
Yeah, no, they shouldn't be pushing their faith onto other people.
Right, and I mean,
if they want to change their beliefs or whatever, they do it on their own.
Right.
And that's funny because I just opened my door yesterday morning and I had one of them flyers on my door. And when I opened my door, it fell to the floor. And it was from the Jehovah's Witness things. And, you know, I had an ex that went to jail. And the only time he ever believed in Jehovah's was when he went to jail. So I have my own belief in faith and with God and all that. I don't need all these little flyers. And I have my own belief.
Like I said, you've never seen a Catholic Church person necessarily throw out tracts. I've never seen any Catholic Church do that. Not saying that they couldn't be. I just never seen it. where the people are sending out flyers to other people in the Catholic Church and saying, you know, I don't know, I just never seen it. If you know what I mean.
Exactly.
But
you know what? To each his own.
Anyway, did you hear the thing I said about one of the comments, people of peace, that was addressed to me in one of the comment sections? He says to me, he said, people don't realize that the main reason the Catholic Church messed up a little is because it's so big and it's impossible for 2 billion people to be purpose. Well, yeah, it's huge. Catholic Church is enormous. He said, well, there was some cases where people pretended to be Catholic and handed out false flyers to troll. Well, that's a question you and I were talking earlier about was trolls.
Yep.
What do you define as a troll?
Somebody who calls in and wants to make fun of the show or make stupid comments.
In other words, they're not being sincere. They're just
very immature.
Right. They're just saying bullshit.
You know, you can have a 30-year-old that calls in and says, well, I'd like to order a large pepperoni. All right, well, you already know that's not what this is about.
Right.
So, to me, that's a troll.
Exactly. And besides that, you can tell that that this isn't a studio line. When you hear,
exactly.
Okay, call, you're on the air, it does not sound like a pizza restaurant.
That's not how they order.
I mean, I didn't announce the name of my pizza restaurant. Why
no,
would you?
We didn't say, hello, this is Noli's, or hello, this is ABC,
or Domino's, or whatever, right. Domino's Pizza, Noli's, right.
Unless we open up the line with, this is a pizza place, then please hang up and look back at the phone number you were dialing.
Yeah, I just checked my number in the phone book. It doesn't match any pizza place.
Nope, it doesn't.
Not even remotely close.
So people are just being trolls.
Mitz's Pizza or Noli's is the only one that's closest.
Well, no, it's not even that close. They're being trolls because they want to try to get a rise out of you or whatever, or they want to act immature, or they're high or stoned, or whatever.
Right.
Whatever the case may be, it's not funny. It's really not.
And don't forget, did you know the historical reasons why trolls really were at one time considered a very important part of social media? Is they used to get people to come in to actually participate in the channel, and sometimes the trolls would actually be hired by the channel itself to help get people to come in. In other words, it would be kind of like the sideshow that brings people into the channel. But these people were not even hired by me. They're not part of my. They were just.
And they're not being respectful.
Right, and of course the thing is too is that you watch them and you're like, who the hell are you? It's like you want to say that. Who the hell are you?
When I hear, because I've sat here a time or two and listened to the calls that came in to Michelle's show, and I hear, well, can I order a large, whatever.
Yeah.
Very unbecoming.
Right, and not only that, but, it doesn't answer.
If you're 30 years old and you're calling in to do something like that, don't you think you should just go back to, acting like you were when you were 13? Because that's something you do when you're 13 years old. Or 15 years old. Not when you're 30, 40 years old.
And the other thing is, too, is that...
This is supposed to be a show about if you want to call and, you got some questions, maybe we might have the answers. If we don't, then we don't. But
right, if we don't, we don't.
At least we try.
And of course, as I said, I went through because so many people said they like Sue and they wanted to have Sue on the show, so I asked her to come, and she wanted to come anyway. And it's kind of sad. Where is everybody?
Yeah, why is nobody, logging in, calling in,
Because I think, from what I read to you earlier, let me go back to that. Because people piece may not have seen that. Let me see if I can read the screen and make it big enough that we can both see it. These people have developed a kind of a cartel, if you will. So I think so. These people, let's see. Just gotta have to shrink the screen again so I can find it because it's too big. Okay, just bear with me, guys. Okay. You have the worst luck with this computer tonight. It's crappy right now. So, alright. Let's see if it doesn't shrink any further. Okay, so, and if it does, I can still read it. Alright, so where is it? There was a comment posted by one of the people on my channel, and I wanted to share this with you. Alright, here's one guy's comment. I didn't answer it, but I'm going to throw it out here anyway. Brian K. says, "You've driven everyone away with your choices."
I thought Brian K. was the one that you had a problem with.
Everybody was said that Brian K. was the one that killed.
So what was his comment?
Well, if I killed him, he's like Jason, he's alive again. What did he say, can we answer this question? When it's more of a statement, he says, "You've driven everyone away with your poor choices."
Well, then why is he still here?
Yeah, why does he...
Why are you still here then?
Why is everybody else still here? Alright, let's go back to this message I read earlier. It says, MicheleMarieDalene, Mad Mike's a low-key channel here. Mad Mike's low-key channel here. That's the name of his channel. Mad Mike's low-key channel here.
Okay.
Boy, I wonder what that means. What? Low-key channel here? Michelle's starting to adjust her volume. Okay. It says here, Mad Mike's low-key channel here. How about having a live stream where you actually pay attention and answer users' questions without ignoring that they even said anything or going off in a completely different direction all about you, where you don't have a fat drunk or Ron to come on and talk excrement to us. Where you don't censor cuss words or any other words for that matter. Try coming to stream prepared with themes in mind or something other than woe is me biatching about how YouTube isn't paying you. Grow up. Of course they're not going to pay you for this filth. I can tell you as a Catholic that pop, this is People of Peace, is full of excrement and frankly suggests weird and alienating advice that should be completely disregarded. Nobody wants to come to Michelle for an aforementioned reasons. Hey. Microphone drop. Right now we got our own little trolling going on right here. Sue's having a little argument with her cats. Okay. Okay.
Baby, get over here. Get over here. Get your ass in that house. Baby.
I have to take care of this too. Get your cat, I get my cat.
See? Holy shit. And then the mic, because we got wires everywhere.
Let me, see if I can, I know. Alright, so back to the top. Okay, so you're still rolling on your cord. I know. Oh, you're going to have to replace these wires soon. You know, I've been thinking about getting wireless headsets and microphones. The problem is that there's no money for that, because how you explain this off camera, that all the money that we need to buy upgrades has dried up. So, let me go back to what I was saying. Alright, so now hopefully we can get this question or statement read, and
Yes.
so I read it faster.
We'll go back to the comments.
Michelle Marie, Mike's low-key channel here. Alright, so can you hear you?
Yep, I can hear.
Yep, okay.
That works good.
Alright, so Mike's low-key channel here. How about having a live stream where you actually pay attention to and answer questions without ignoring what they even said, or something going on off in a completely different tangent, all about you? When you don't have Fat Drunks or Rhonda come on and talk crap to us, when you don't censor cuss words, when you any words that matter, try coming to stream prepared with themes and minus something other than woe behold, complain about how YouTube isn't paying you. Go up. Of course, they're not paying you for this filth. I can tell you as a Catholic that people of peace is full of excrement and frankly suggest weird and alienating advice that should be completely disregarded. Nobody wants to come to Michelle for the afternoon reasons. They are especially not coming here to hear the gospel from somebody who won't be able to stay on topic long enough to go anywhere. A lot of this is what Brian, Willa, the Keel, Sound Guy, Cletus, myself never show up anymore. You're not doing good jobs of being a host to a show. You're just being a me baby and an adult body. We have had to be mean with you to get our point across, that you were being ignoring and everyone and basking in what you thought was YT fame, a feeling that has all but left because you treat us like stepping stones. We want to talk about YT excrementing on the little guy. Let's look at you, Michelle. Even enjoy sitting around with people with pieces creepy scripture class.
Alright, so basically what he's saying is that when he calls in or when he writes in, types in to the show, he's asking a question or whatever case may be, and you're not answering it to his accessibility, and that you're turning his question around somehow and making it all about you. So, what is his question?
That was his statement. He was just trying to...
Okay, so what would his question be? Ask him that.
I don't know what his question would be.
Well, ask him. Say, is there something in particular that you want to know, or a question that you have to ask?
It doesn't seem like
you're not going to make it about you. You're not going to make it about me, or Rhonda, or Sherry, or Lumi, or anybody. You know, you'll answer the question the best you can.
Right, but I think what it is that these people are just I don't know. Oh, like, here's People Pieces' response to it. He says to me, he says, it's...
Well, I heard all of that.
It's just, I don't know. For some reason, your microphone is just not working. Oh, I know what it is. Close connection.
Testing.
Okay. The poor thing got thrown on the floor 4 times tonight.
It didn't get thrown, it got knocked down.
Okay. It's better. Okay.
It works.
That's working. Yeah. Okay. So People P says, okay, where is that? He says, yeah, I agree with your guest on Catholic and won't be changed to refuse the Jehovah's Witnesses, Mormons, Islamic organizations. Okay, where we went to that before the cast basically changed the story. And we'll get some feedback. I can hear it. So let me just adjust this. Okay, where is it? Organization of my building with people of peace. People don't realize that one of the main reasons that the Catholic Church messed up is because it's so big and impossible for 2 billion people to be in purpose. I'm feeling rumble on my feet. Do you feel it?
No.
Oh, okay. All right. He says, well, there's some cases where people pretend to be Catholic and fake flyers to troll. People of peace, what failing your guest, if I may ask? Okay, what faith is your guest, or if I may ask, what does she believe in, and what is her name? Lots of laugh. I didn't mean to forget that. So someone wants to know what's your faith system and what is your first name? So.
Me?
Yeah, you.
What is my what?
What's your faith?
I am Protestant.
You're Protestant.
Yep.
Okay.
Wholeheartedly.
Okay, so Episcopalian or?
I am Protestant.
Okay. He says, no, you've only driven the bullies away because of their poor choices. First of all, they called Sherry a fat drunk, and then they made fun of me. Actually, they called Ed a fat drunk. But I'm sure they probably said some things about Sherry, too. I know that they have said things about...
Well, you know what? The only thing I've got to say to that is if they can't call in or type in, whichever, with something non-derogatory about how people are, then I don't care to answer their questions. Because if you're going to refer to people as being drunk or fat or, whatever...
Right.
Then I don't care to answer anybody's questions.
I mean, but I think as far as the issue about,
If you want to call and ask me about something in particular, that's fine. But
right.
I'm not going to answer questions that you're, deterring to as, people that are fat and ugly and... whatever, drunk, and no, I don't deal with all that bullshit.
Yeah, the thing is that it seems to me that so many people are worried about what somebody else looks like.
Exactly. Don't judge a book by its cover.
Right. And it's the same thing with my channel. I mean, I'm trying to do this channel, and you listen to what that one person said. It doesn't seem very nice at all.
No.
It's like he said that we basically drove away everybody.
We didn't drive away anybody. People drove themselves away.
They came on
because
this
they
channel.
weren't getting the satisfaction that they were looking for.
What the satisfaction appeared to be, was
what satisfaction were they looking for? Well, we're just a show that is it's a ask questions, we'll answer whatever we can. If I'm not here, Michelle will answer any questions she can.
And Lumi will try to help too.
And Lumi will too. This is not it's not like WWPLR or Country 92.5.
or the WWE Raw, or the Howard Stern show.
It's not like that.
It seems like that's what they wanted this to become, because I listened to a lot of the calls.
Well, if that's what they want it to become, then they need to call them stations and ask questions. But if they're just looking for, just a question that they might have, and maybe you might have the answer, or I might, or Sherry, whoever, then you can call in.
Well, I do admit that Sherry also, with
if you're just
her individual friend transportation, didn't actually do us a favor.
Right. But if you're just going to call in and say, well, I want to order a large, you know what? We don't have time for that bullshit. You will get hung up on abruptly. And don't think of it as being rude or being disrespectful, but that's not what this show is about.
Right.
So if you do get hung up on, then you deserved it, because you weren't calling in to be heartfelt. Very simple.
And the thing is, too, is I do admit that there's a lot of YouTube channels, and then one of the things that, unlike this other guy said, the low-key Mike's channel said, is about what I said, complained about what YouTube's new changes and policies, is I don't think what YouTube realized is now that they're going to, the bad people, are going to try to increase the number of horrible shows, specifically so they can get more viewers, because that's what sells. YouTube makes more views on people who do stupid stuff, like the Todd Pie Challenge and other things. It's not shows like this. This channel is really, really low key, and people
But that's because it's intelligent, and people don't want to deal with intelligence. They want to deal with stupidity.
Well, I mean,
shows like Jackass.
Right.
They want to deal with stupidity and ridiculousness.
But I do admit, dropping the microphone 4 times in a row isn't exactly what I call highly intelligent.
It's a little comical.
This room is a mess. That's one of the things.
But that's not what it's about.
Right. I mean, if you guys are looking for humor, and sometimes it does happen. Sometimes we do things that some kind of silly, like you heard me, Sue yelling at her cats. Well, first of all, her cats.
They don't live here, but they act like they do.
I mean, her cats are great kitty cats. They like being over here, but the problem is Rusty is still the top Tom cat, even though he's
Rusty is the boss. Rusty is the boss of this household.
He's what we would call in Italian the John. He's the big boss. He is the Don.
Definitely.
You do not piss off the Don unless you want to have all your little paws and cement booties floating down the Stowe River. That's how Rusty is. Rusty is a huge cat. He is not going to tolerate nothing. He's just like the Godfather.
He will not tolerate the little people.
He's just like the Godfather in the cat world. You're making trouble for me, son, because if you are, I'm going to seriously give you a nice trip to the emergency room.
So true. True story.
True. Okay, so
but back to reality.
Okay, so People P says, he says, oh, that's pretty cool. My old neighbors who I've been friends with for many years were Protestants. People P says, I bet half the trolls who are calling you Sherry and Dory fat, lazy, are probably lazy themselves, sitting all day eating donuts and bullying people's channel. It's possible. They're probably just, a lot of them probably are just going through the same things that we are.
Yeah.
And they're probably just miserable, and so they decide to try to drag the misery onto us.
But I am not one of them. I am not lazy.
No, she's
nor
working.
Nor am I fat, nor am I just complacent in my home, nor am I just a couch potato. No, I do have a job. I work every day that I am supposed to. I do not call out. I am very happy with my job. I love the people I work with.
Right.
And that is that.
And of course, don't forget, even me, it's like I have a job too, even though it's not really as glamorous or exciting. It's just that this is it.
Exactly. You're happy with what you do.
I would love to see more people participate, but I'd
like to see more subscribers to this.
I'd like to see more. I got subscribers. The problem is where's all the questions?
Alright, so, why do we not have anybody calling in?
Good question. Do you know anything about that People Beast? Because I still can't figure it out.
I've been here on other nights, and the phone rang off the hook.
Which
why
night?
am I not hearing the phone ringing?
Oh, okay. Well, I know that last... Did you watch People Beast? Did you watch the television marathon yesterday?
What marathon?
I mean, did you watch most of it last night? Because it seems like we're only getting about half of
Nope.
the playback. Or how much the other 4 hours?
Nope, I didn't.
It's still...
I was asleep at 9 o'clock. I was most certainly asleep at 9 o'clock.
So you probably watched a little bit of it, but then you probably didn't see everything.
Nope, I didn't see none of it. I was watching something on Escape, which is kind of like ID.
Your microphone's kind of snap crackling and popping again.
I don't know what my channel is. It's kind of like ID.
It's the cord.
I was watching a channel that's like ID. I watched it from 8 till 9, and I was asleep by 9 o'clock.
Right.
I woke up at 10:30. I went and used the ladies' room, and was right back to sleep at 10:35.
Mm-hmm.
So, whatever they're talking about, no, I didn't see any of.
You said you watched some of it. Okay. What did you think of what you've seen of it, People of Peace? Did some of it kind of surprise you as far as what the content was about? I mean, it was 8 hours long. I don't think you're going to see the whole thing. Unless, have you seen those TV show marathons like on non-TV land, right? You see like 20 hours of Gomer Pyle, right? You sit there going, 20 hours of Gomer Pyle, that sounds kind of good. And then you wonder, like, after you watch the 5th hour, like, you kind of just got to take a break,
Yeah.
Either you got to use the bathroom or you got to go eat dinner. I thought it was way too long, he says. Well, you know what? I kind of agree with you. I think that it's too long because of the other reason, which was, for some reason, YouTube is only presenting 4 hours of the 8 hours of content. So I'm thinking I might make it a shorter one for next Saturday's spirituality one. I don't think we have enough content anyway to do 8 hour anyway. And if we did, most of the videos that are in the spirituality channel forum are not me and Lumi's. If we were to play other people's content without the concession, I strongly doubt that YouTube is going to be very enthusiastic about it. Personally, when I have free time, I go into the video archives of channels and watch their old videos anyway. Right, but not too many people ever watch my old videos on my channel. If you notice, some people tend to forget that they exist. It's just kind of like some people don't go to the library either, right?
You're right.
But anyway, so you watched it, you thought it was too long, but was there anything that stood out to you watching the content? Was there anything that you liked or disliked about what you saw in the content? See, now here we have to wait for him to type back. He's not calling us on the phone. It's because he's living in Canada. He doesn't know how much it's going to cost to call us. I said to him, don't worry about trying to call us, because number one, my hearing loss anyway, it'd be very difficult to have a conversation. So it's just easier for you just to type, and then we'll read your comments on the screen. And in that way, okay, he says, okay, no, it's a screen comment. So that way people, but what about the other people though? The other people? The ones that are, I don't know. I wanted to recommend another channel to you called Political Avenger. It belongs to a young African-American lady who supports Trump, and she talks about the deep state and... Oh, but... Got to. Okay, so... Why don't you send me a message, a comment about it, so I can come back through and look at it? Because you know as well as I do one of the biggest problems we have with these chats is that YouTube doesn't let you store them. Okay, right, I understand that. That's one of the things that. But what do you think about that? Because it's a good question. What I asked you was, what did you think, people, peace, about some of the videos you watched? Were you surprised at the very rich and creamy history that this channel has? I mean, you probably only, when you first came in, you only know a little bit about me, but then you watched more of the older videos. What did you think when you saw some of the older videos? Let me ask you the same question, Sue. What did you think when you watched that piece of the older video with me with Sherry Heaton in it?
I wasn't crazy about Sherry being in the video. I really wasn't. I think you did much better on your own.
Okay, he said I like some of them.
I think her being in it that would have been a downfall for you, because people that were calling in people that were immature and just being, troll-like, and she was feeding into it. And that's not what your show was about.
Right.
And
well, what about
she was feeding into that, and it took your show into a whole new level and into a whole different atmosphere.
Okay, what about the video from 2014, though?
I don't know what...
You were talking about microphone stands and tie-dyes and making clothing and...
That, I don't recall seeing that one yet. So I can't comment
on
that.
Well, we put some of it on already, actually, remember? People B says, earlier today I watched a video called Locus and Spiritual Planes or something. Oh, Locus of Reality. That was on Lumi's channel. Right. That was on my channel. See, he asked me about me. I had to speak because he asked me a question. They were talking about my video.
So why is nobody calling in tonight?
That's the question. People, peace, do you have any idea why not even your friends are calling? I mean, there must be people you know that must have some interest in this stuff. We need a really...
Is this broadcast all over?
It's going out to the universe.
Yeah, so I'm wondering why there's nobody calling in.
Well, maybe somebody over in Alpha Centauri can't afford the phone bill. He says...
That could very well be. We will pay you for half the amount that it would cost to call in.
Well, here's what people P says. But the last time Sherry was on, it seemed that she stood up for you and wanted the trolls to say and warn the trolls are screwing with you.
Right, well, she did say something that, this isn't the channel, this ain't what you're looking for. But originally she was feeding into it.
Right, originally she was.
So that didn't help. To go and make it okay
and
later,
he says here,
doesn't help.
He said that the reason why the trolls started calling is because you kept blocking them.
Well, yes, you're going to block people that are calling in for stupid reasons.
Well, no, not necessarily, but they were getting really abusive. They were just getting...
Exactly.
And Sue watched a lot of the past live streams, since you know what I'm talking about. Calling me a racist, calling me a misogynist,
you're
pig.
by no means racist.
Right, I know that. And the thing is that that's why. And I just don't understand why they think... Oh, by the way, that brings up a good topic to bring up. People, peace. Maybe you have heard of this concept. This is it's used in Protestant churches, and it's used very rarely in Catholic churches, but it is used in Protestant churches. It's called shunning. S-H-U-N-N-I-N-G.
When you shun somebody. Shunning somebody is not a good thing.
No, because if you're trying to get them to make changes, the Amish are the key, are the best at it.
Right.
What they do is they won't even let you eat. They won't let you even let you eat.
You're basically shutting them out until they live like basically up to your expectations.
Except the only one problem is since no one's allowed to talk to them, how are you supposed to know if they are?
Right.
So, and then of course that doesn't help if the person...
they can live up to your expectations, but how are you supposed to know where they're at if they're not?
I mean, if you're not allowed to eat dinner with them, you're not allowed to communicate with them at all. And it seems that's what the trolls have done, is instead of... See, now they're trying to basically make me look like the villain. And I'll be honest, I don't think that's fair. I know I have good audience. I know I have those who really do want to talk.
Yep.
In church, it's called excommunication. Well, the difference is people of peace is shunning is not necessarily done by the church. Okay, in the Amish and Mennonite community, the bishop, the ordinal, can do it, but it's usually done by families or loved ones that shun other people to force them to change. So it's not necessarily a church procedure, although it can be. If they do excommunicate a person for shunning, it's pretty serious. But it's really rare compared to other faiths. Right, well, the Catholic Church does not normally like to push excommunications too much. But it does do them once in a great while. You will see it happen.
Yep.
Now, Sue, you were part, I believe you said, of the Evangelican, Episcopalian, Anglican Church?
Yep.
Okay, and you know that they are very similar in the sense that their service is very similar to that of the Catholic Church. So
yes.
You can understand where he's coming from, where I'm coming from. And of course, I also spent my childhood as a Lutheran child before I became a Catholic as an adult. So I do understand everything. It just irritates me to think that people... See, by the way, it brings up a related question, sanctions. I want to talk about sanctions for a second because sanctions and shunning are related. Think of what we're doing with North Korea. We're putting sanctions on him to make him change. It doesn't seem to be helping and making him angrier.
It does.
And I think that, by the way, there's some good news, that North Korea and South Korea are going to be having a unified hockey team in the Olympics this year. So the two sides have agreed to have a sports team together, the North and South Korea.
Go figure.
There's some discussion about possibly working towards reunification. The whole problem is that you listen to some of these political people and they're saying it's all a ruse because he realizes he's being screwed to the point where he can't even take a good shit for himself. Yeah, well, the point is if we didn't basically make him feel like he had to do dangerous and stupid stunts to try to get people to recognize his sovereignty, we probably would have been it could have been reunified with South Korea years ago.
Yeah.
But everybody basically treated him like a spoiled toddler, and all of a sudden, it's, you know what I'm saying? When you do that to somebody, you're ignoring them, and you're telling them that they gotta behave, and they're not gonna get their cake or their sweets. We're talking about an adult man here, right? What happens? He gets angry. And nobody seems to look at him while he's getting angry. And they're saying, well, I don't care if you're angry. We're still not going to give you trade. We're still not going to give you the resources you need to feed your people. We're still not going to give you gasoline. We're still not going to give you diesel. We're still not going to give you anything. So you can go ahead and rot in hell. Well, the problem is that doesn't help anybody. So he ends up basically, his people are starving to death. But I'm saying, well, here's the thing. He's taxing them to death, and then he's going ahead and using their money off the sweat of their backs to pay for this his weapons of mass destruction because he's angry and he wants the world to know that he's got a voice. So the question is does sanctions work? No. I think that the sanctions were a mistake. And what are you doing right now?
No, something came up on my phone.
Oh, okay.
Right? Yeah.
All right, so let's go back to the question here. Says, he said, okay. Okay. He says, in the Catholic Church, only the Pope can do it, so it's really rare. Yes, I know that. They do it in Islam too, but it's worse. It's called honor killing. Yeah, they don't even let people leave Islam. You try to leave Islam and you are a dead person. I think Kim Jong-un might calm down. I think he'll calm down if, first of all, two things. Number one is if we didn't treat him like so terribly, maybe, just maybe, he could have made peace with South Korea years ago. But the problem is that somebody keeps thinking that sanctions are always going to work against somebody. Show me one country where sanctions actually worked.
Right.
It didn't work in Iran. It certainly didn't work in North Korea. Because all it does is it's almost like you're deliberately asking for somebody to get mad and try to retaliate against you. Because, like there's an old saying, there's nothing more dangerous when a person is backed into a corner. If you basically choke off all the person's resources, what are they going to do? They're not going to sit there and go, oh, so you're telling me is I got to do this? Okay, I do this, not giving my stuff back. No, you're going to try to, as far as the country goes, you're going to try to find a way to get what you need anyway. On the other hand, Cuba is a communist country too, but their military is very weak and they only spend 3% of the budget on the military. A lot of countries do. Even democratic countries only spend a small portion of their income on a standing army. It's the United States. It spends a huge chunk of our money on the military. I don't think even France, Germany, or even Italy spends the kind of money that we spend. What is it, like 11-12%? I think we spend on military spending. It's ridiculous. But the thing here is, okay, what these people are trying to, I want to get back to this. What these people apparently are trying to do is they think, I mean, I could be wrong on this. I think that they think that if they don't show up, that this channel is going to change.
No.
And I have to say one thing. Change to what?
Right. What is it that you're looking for it to change to?
I know what I don't want to change it to because there's so many of them. There's so many.
If there's something that you're looking for it to change to, then call in with your ideas and, run it by Michelle and we'll see where it goes from there. But it's just a show of, it's just a channel of if you have questions, call in with your questions and we can see if we can answer them. If I'm not here or if Sherry's not here, Rhonda,
Rhonda's a nice
Dory,
person.
Whoever,
Rhonda's a nice person. I don't know.
Then Michelle will see if she can answer your questions.
Right.
If not, we can't answer everybody's questions, but we can do the best we can.
But as I said to,
I do have to excuse myself for a minute, but I will be right back.
Okay.
Give me about 3 minutes. I will be right back.
All right, so let me answer what People Pace is saying is that his parents starved due to sanctions imposed. Yeah, that's the problem. Sanctions, unfortunately, hurt the innocent, in the case of countries, it hurt the innocent people of the country that haven't done anything wrong. The people of those countries shouldn't be punished with sanctions just because the government is evil, but because ultimately with the sanctions the people starve, but the leaders remain rich. Yes, And that's what happened with Kim Jong-un. He spent almost all what's left of his money on making military-grade uranium-239 plutonium, making all these missiles and things. But the people of North Korea are starving because he's not distributing the food and the resources that they need. So, I mean, that's not fair to the people who, of North Korea or anyone else. If my parents had sanctions on me, what happened? Well, what happened is that they thought that putting sanctions on me was going to turn me into something I'm not. And I ended up basically having to go out on my own and create, my own life. And that took me a long time to do that. And but we're talking about countries. Using sanctions on a country is no sense at all, because it just hurts the innocent bystanders of the countries, because they're the ones who are getting the shaft. Whereas the leaders, like you said, they're going to find ways to get what they want. Okay? And now, because of sanctions, we made the situation with North Korea much worse, because now we gave this reason to be mad at us, because we basically told him, we tightened the screws on him. That's where sanctions or even shunning within the church does not help. It just causes people to feel angry, and in some cases they may not even be able to change. For example, if someone said to me well, we'd like you to change from a boy to a girl, or we're going to take away your allowance. Excuse me, how can I change from a boy to a girl, or a girl to a boy, when biologically I am one sex and not the other? See, that's again where sanctions can be misapplied. And yes, families do sanctions and shunning too, and that's what my parents did to me. That's one of the reasons my health has declined, is because I don't have access to any of the resources I would have needed to keep my teeth in good shape, keep my bones in good shape. Is because the family had decided that I'm not worthy to receive any kind of help, because they thought I was not a good person. That's where the shunning comes in, because my mother believed in shunning. My father didn't, but my mother did, and that's where when my father passed away, any resources I would have needed, I can't get, because my mother will not distribute those resources. So that's one reason I have a little empathy for Kim Jong-un. I realize what he's going through as far as a leader. That doesn't make him any better that he's trying to threaten people with nuclear weapons. But, I understand why he's threatening, is he needs people to get to his attention. But I just think it's stupid. But that's just me. And so when I see, people, and our government keeps saying in the United Nations saying that sanctions is great, sanctions works. No, sanctions do not work. If sanctions worked, we would have had this situation solved years ago. But nothing happens. Instead, the only thing that happens is that the situation just gets worse. Yes, I did. I read your comments about Cuba above. But they spend only 3% of the budget on the military. I know that. And I also pointed out is that a lot of countries in Europe spend about the same amount of money on the gross domestic product on the military. So Cuba is not the only country. But the United States and China are the two biggest spenders, along with the Soviet Union, are the three biggest countries that spend the most on the military. And that's a fact. But, I don't think that's unexpected. No. So people, peace. Let me ask this question now here. Now, do you think that those people who have walked away from this channel, I know we have some good people too, but they walked away too, or they're just passively watching, do you think any of them will ever take the time to come out and speak? Yeah, I suspect that was true. Yeah, I think that was true. And then after that, and then of course the same thing with Iran. And once we did that with both Iraq and Iran, we basically resulted in creating ISIS, and that's exactly how we started the caliphate. Was because of our government's bad decisions to try to control or manipulate people, and that is the truth. I don't think that George H.W. Bush, that's the son, should have went back into Iran, Iraq, and into Afghanistan. I think he should have just said, nope, we're not going back. Nope, not unless they're threatening us. We spent all that money. We depleted all of our military equipment. We basically wore our military soldiers down. They're exhausted. And yet, today, Iran is having its own internal strife. And I'm going to say right now, if the United States is smart, is they do not stick the proboscis in there, because otherwise the Shiite government is going to slice it off. The proboscis, in this case, being nose. So I think what you're going to see is the people are getting tired of the Shiite government, run by the Shah. Yes, he still runs the government. And Khomeini. So I think that those people are beginning to see changes. Yes, I'm sure because George W. The Bush family was involved in the same organizations as George Soros was. As I said, the dad, that's the George H.W. Bush, is a lot more level-headed than his son. His son was kind of didn't understand that because his dad had experience being a World War II veteran, whereas the son was like, he had no military experience, he had no real understanding of the way things were. And I'm just going to see how we're doing here. Let's come in. Yeah, I am. Just want to check her. Okay, so there's Sue's spot over there. If you want to see where her seat doesn't have anyone there, it's because she is went to her apartment to take care of something real quick. So, yeah, let's get this little color wheel out of here. We're trying to get the chroma key working. We had some problems with it because it's everything was a mess. We tried to get my mom on vacation with a grandmother to Iraq in 1980s. Apparently, it was really peaceful. Yeah, Iraq and Iran were part of Persia. They were actually one big country at one time. And the same thing with Syria. They were all one big country. And so there was a lot of historical antiquities. In Iraq, the area between the Tiber and, let's see, was it the Euphrates? I think it's the Tigris and the Euphrates River. Originally was where the first successful Middle Eastern civilization called Sumer was created. So Iraq has a very rich history. And unfortunately, after all the war with Iraq, a lot of the antiquities that were collected from the kingdom of Sumer and Persia and Babylon, which is also in Iraq, were destroyed in the antiquities. So a lot of history was destroyed by the Iraqi people themselves in part, which no one really understands why they did that. But they did. They destroyed a lot of the artifacts. And of course, and then we have in Iran, in ISIS, they destroyed a lot of things in Syria too. They destroyed a lot of antiquities in Palmyra. That was just crazy. The amount of damage that was being done. For what? Why were they destroying all these antiquity things? Is it was we need to make room for a new mega mall? No. Is it because we felt that the buildings were in terrible shape and were beyond repair? No. Was it because we wanted to build something new and improve for the life of the future? No. It's because they're part of our past and we don't want to have anybody remember our past and that we used to be a non-Islamic country. And that was why ISIS did that in Palmyra and destroyed it. It was because they didn't want people to remember that Palmyra was a non-Christian, was a non-Islamic country, or part of the non-Islamic region. So, it's just crazy how to think about it, but it's true. And it's sad. But the most important thing is, for me, in watching all this, is it's like, why is it so important to destroy your legacy? Why would you want to destroy your past? It's like if I was to sit there and erase the playlists from 2011 through 2017 because they were too old and they will never be added to ever again. Yeah, but they're still historical. You know, they are still part of who I was. They're part of my identity. They're a part of my history. But why would I voluntarily want to destroy what I created, or for the matter... Well, I've never been to Bulgaria before or after, so I can't say. But Bulgaria, where exactly is Bulgaria? I mean, where is it on the map? If I was to look it up right now, is it south of Russia? Is it north of Russia? Is it east of Russia? Is it west of Russia? I don't know anything about Bulgaria. I don't know anything about it. I can tell you where Macedonia is, because my landlord's from Macedonia. There was moderate communism and so. Okay, he says they were not in the Soviet Union. So yeah, but where is it though? Where is Bulgaria? Ooh, let me look it up. Let's go to the chat questions. Okay. Let's find that out. Where is Bulgaria? Okay. Okay, give me a second here. Okay. This could slow us down a bit. Okay, here it is. Where is... Wait. No, right here. Where is Bulgaria? I guess it's going to insist I look all the way up there in the type line. Okay, let's see. Okay, Bulgaria is near Istanbul, which is near Bucharest, Serbia, Croatia, Kosovo. Oh, okay. They're right next door to Macedonia. I know where that is. That's where my landlord's from. He's from Macedonia. Okay, so Bulgaria. Okay, I see what you're saying. Yeah. Okay, so it's for those for my audience who don't see it here, I will point to it. This is Bulgaria right here, and there's Macedonia right here, and here is Albania, and here is Greece down here. There's a small area where there's, yeah, this is parts of Greece here. So basically, Bulgaria is right above Greece, and right in its western neighbor is the country of Macedonia. That's where the U.S. are located. Okay, yeah, I know where that is. Yeah. And What's up? Not much. We're just talking about where is Bulgaria and the history of Kim Jong-un and his sanctions and all the mess that was created by enforcing sanctions on people. I see this as another tea time with people. Peace does. Well, it's a people. Peace is a man. It's not a woman. Well, why don't you ask us some questions? If you ask us questions, that would help us great. Yeah, ask us questions. Do you have any questions, or are you just gonna passively watch? If you passively watch, then there's nothing to say. If you got questions, if you like to know more what's going on, we can talk more about things. Every month, every week, I do these. We're going to be changing it right now to just Sunday at this point. But anyone watching the Grammys? No, I don't have cable. So, and I'm not really into the music awards of the Grammys because just a lot of the music just doesn't really interest me. So, what about you, butthole? Well, I know, but I don't even have a rooftop antenna. I can't even get it reception. Because I don't even have a rooftop antenna right now. So I can't watch it because I don't even have a TV that has the proper decoder box. And either way, I'm not really too enthusiastic about today's music. Just as I don't watch country music awards either. Okay, same reason. It just doesn't, mainstream music just doesn't really get my attention. Good point. So, who's watching the State of the Union address? I think it's on Tuesday. Anybody watching that? I kind of lost what time it was. I think it starts at 8, but I don't know which YouTube channel is going to be covering it. I'm sure C-SPAN will cover it. I don't know if C-SPAN has a YouTube presence. Best spoken word. Spoken word for what? What did she speak? Did she read a book? Did she do a book on tape? Did she do a poem? What did she do? Well, okay, so let's just accept the fact is that clearly we have different interest things here, okay? But I never heard of for best spoken word as it sounds like somebody who would do books on tape reading or something since we're talking about the Grammys. Okay, that's what I thought. Yeah. Book on tape. Nothing wrong with that. She's been having a lot of depression in her last few years of her life. She really has had a hard life in the last few years because of depression, and so did Robin Williams. So did Debbie Reynolds, her mother. He says, I had a dream I was running for president of Bulgaria, and I believe I won. I don't know much about how Bulgaria elections run. I can't tell you if that is even realistically possible or not. But it's an interesting idea, though. Right. Carrie Fisher, when she died, her mother died of a broken heart, basically. Because Debbie Reynolds was really close to her daughter, and unfortunately, her death just was very hard on Debbie Reynolds. And that happens. It's very stressful to lose a loved one. And so, yeah, definitely, it is hard to lose a loved one. And if you're not prepared for that, or you don't expect it's ever going to happen, it could be very traumatic. And that's sad, but it's true. The Grammys recognize producers, video production, lyrical, musical stars, not just artists. Okay, I see. What about the Country Music Awards? Do they do the same thing? Do they recognize producers, lyrical, musical stars, not just artists, and songwriters? I would think the Country Music Awards. Okay. Well, now, since you're one of the few people that have been on tonight, I know there was another person on, but I didn't really keep track of his name because of it. I thought it was a little bit discomforting, but let's see. Right now it's just you guys. Just checking to see what else is on. This person called Butthole Furt. Who is he? Why does he choose that as a name? I don't know. He's not on right now. So first of all, what do you personally think of the kinds of people that this channel used to have on it? Okay. I saw a picture of your kitty cat, by the way. You used as your avatar. I never heard of Golden as a song. I've heard of well, I'm not surprised. Okay. By the way, that picture, that cat you used, is that your cat, or is that just a generic image that you were using of a cat originally? Because I got two cats of my own. I got two boy cats. One is a huge kitty. I just live my life and do the best I can. Oh, still, I had a cat like that. A real cat. She died a couple years ago. Very, very antisocial cat. Not too many people liked her. She didn't like too many people. Okay. I don't even know who Jill Scott is. So how did you find out about my channel anyway? Living. How did you find out about this channel? Did you just find it on suggested channels and just kind of became a little curious, or what was the story? How you found this channel? Because I mean, there's been a lot of people in the last few months that have tried everything they could to just try to sabotage this channel for reasons that are... Oh, okay. Gotcha. Yeah, well, I still got the Shure SM11, which I'm wearing right now, and I still got the SM57, which is sitting on the studio. Yes, I hear you, people of peace. I got that. I was just talking to Livin, so I'm trying to I had a dog. Okay, he had a dog. People, Peace had a dog. I never really got into dogs. Some people just don't do well with dogs. My mom had a black lab. Two of them actually. The first one died when he got hit by a car. The second one died from cancer. They were both good dogs. And they were extremely okay. I don't really know what kind of microphone you would use for recording a piano. I mean, what kind of piano is this? An upright, or is it a small grand piano like a baby grand or something? I mean, a lot of people, look highly regarded to things like condenser microphones or ribbon microphones. Oh, okay. Well, in that case, it might be easier to just maybe put a small microphone pointing, towards the piano, like a directional microphone. But I don't know if it would be better technology, either a condenser or a dynamic or a ribbon microphone. I like the dynamics because they don't need to have power like batteries or have a mixer with phantom power. But some people seem to like condenser microphones. Right. So clearly, you either got your gain too high, in that case, or the microphone is extremely sensitive. If you are using a nice mixer panel like this one here, I'm going to show them talking about here right now. This is probably perfect for a small studio. If I turn this gain up too much, it squeals, okay? But if I turn it down too low, you can't hear me. That's through the microphone. So you just gotta adjust the microphone so you just get just the right amount of volume, and that's where again you need to adjust just right. So, but that's where it's really important to have a mixer that you can fine-tune the adjustments. And we know that both ribbon microphones and condenser microphones are going to be much more sensitive to picking up extraneous noises, like when you're pressing on the pedals, and how it's going to be, and that could be irritating. So maybe possibly the microphone placement could be an issue too, since obviously when the piano is open, you're going to want to have the pointed at the strings. Right, you're talking about something like the iRig Pre from 1K Multimedia. That's okay, people. Peace. I heard you right now, but I'm trying to talk to Livin about his equipment, but I'm not trying to ignore you, but I'm just trying to talk to him. So, which kind of interface are you using to connect a microphone to your iPad? Are you using an XLR plug on it? Are you using a specialized microphone? Similar, okay. So similar to the iRig Pre, which means that it has a little gain control on the side, so you can adjust the gain. I got an iRig Pre here. Let me just pull it up so I can show it to you, in case you want to know what it looks like. Let's see. Let me try to get over there without breaking my neck. I haven't used this in a while because Let me switch this camera bigger so I can show this to you. You keep doing that, Michelle. What? You keep running over your own cord. I know that. It's because you I got in the chair wrong. Alright. Alright, so let me switch the microphone or the camera over to the so I can show you what I'm talking about here. Okay. And just switch this off, and switch this to the CB230 microphone camera here. Oh, this is a pain in the ass. I should pre-program this stuff ahead of time. Alright. Okay, so here we have this already pre. Okay. And it has, this is really recommended for Apple products, but it mostly works for Android. I did try with a few Android phones, but unfortunately it turns out that in some Android devices it doesn't normally use external microphones for recording anything other than maybe phone calls. Okay, here you see we have the XLR plug here. This is the one you plug your microphone into, and this one has a 48 volt phantom power setting on it. That's what I really have. We use the 48 volt phantom power. I don't really need phantom power because I can turn that on here. Turn this on. Feels like the controls need a little bit of cleaning. Yeah, okay. So this is just the regular preamp. And then it has a gain control right here where this electrical tape is. I have electrical tape on it because I wanted to keep it preset to a setting that I wanted to preset it for. So it would work fine for my microphones. And it's powered by a standard 9-volt battery inside. And it, like I said, you don't need any special drivers or anything to use this with a Mac or with an iPad or iPhone. It's like $30-40 for this. And it's got this convenient little Velcro strap so you can actually wrap the cord like this. Or you can attach this to a microphone stand, so you can actually easily use this. And it's I have used this in many of my videos in the past out on the field, and it works great with most of my microphones. And it will work with a condenser that uses phantom power. So yeah, and like I said, it uses a 9-volt battery. It'll last a long time. If used properly, and that's how that works. Let's see. Now let me switch this screen back to the questions so that we can see it. And since Sue obviously is not here at this minute, I don't know where she went to. I think she just had to go back home to take care of some stuff. So let me just switch this back to me and switch this screen over, leave the chat on so you can see the comments, and maybe I can turn my camera on so you can see me. Yeah, let's do that. CP230 overlay, just a little bit. There we go. Okay, so let me. Alright, so can you tell me again what it's called? It's made by 1K Multimedia, and it's called the iRig Pre. It's spelled IRIG space PRE, and it's really nice. Yeah, I do too. The only PC I got is sitting next to me, and it's not even turned on. It used to be my web server. It's not that expensive. It's pretty nice, conveniently small. Little box, does what it's supposed to do. And then of course for my Intel Core 2 Dual Mac, I got this. You can probably see if Oh, I'm not going to turn the camera over this way, but we have an iRig. Oh, we have a Behringer Q1202 USB mixing console. That's the main console here for the system. So that lets us go ahead and keep chat and everything. And that's how we do that. Okay. Yeah, well, it's a good looking device. I've used it for a lot of things. And unlike using one of the Android phones, it works fine with the camera. It works fine with the voice recorder. As I said, it's conveniently easy to use. You don't need any special cable. You don't need any software. It just plugs in. 1K Multimedia makes recording software for musicians for Android, but you don't really need the software. But you can download it from the 1K Multimedia website, and it's free. So it's just kind of cool to have. I've had this one. Well, there's the phone call. I haven't had one else in a while. Go ahead, call. You're on the air. Oh, that's real nice of you. Seriously. Okay. So it's I was gonna get an iPad. Like an iPad third generation because it's cheaper, but I would still be able to do LTE. But you know what? I didn't, because I ran out of money when I was trying to get this system upgraded. No, that works fine. I could GarageBand too, but I'm not a musician. See, that's just it. I tried GarageBand through iLife, and because I'm not a musician, I just don't really know what to do with it. I have iLife, I have the iMovie, and a couple older programs I work with PowerPC Mac, but this is not the PowerPC Mac. This is the other room. Forgive the yawn. It's just been a long week. So, when you watched last night's live stream, Living, what did you think of some of the content that was mentioned in the videos? You won't believe it, but they're still trying to process that thing. It's funny, because you would think that they would have had all 8 hours online by now, but they don't. So, for those of you who are just listening to this and wondering what I'm doing, I'm waiting for people to respond to the questions and stuff, because it takes them a while to get the responses through, so I have to wait for them to respond to me. And as far as people of peace going, if you want to run for office, would you be able to get citizenship back in Bulgaria since you were originally raised there? Or would you have to give up your Canadian citizenship to go back to Bulgaria? Okay. I'm sure not everybody sat around and watched too much of the marathon. But what you have seen, though, of it, what did you think about the idea of a marathon of videos? Oh, okay. Well, that helps. I'm talking about People of Peace, he says he has dual citizenship. Okay. So, back to living. What kind of music do you like to do anyway? I was born to and I am registered as a local in Sophia City. I have no idea where that is. Honestly, I'm more of a targeted subject type person. What do you mean by that? Targeted subject type person. Hello, caller on here.
Up and dial 911. If you wish to report a crime or you need a police officer to respond for any reason, please press 0 now or hang up and dial 911. If you know your party's 5-digit extension...
I have no idea what the hell that's about. Okay. Somebody's trying to forge your phone number through to a local police department. It looks like... Well, it's not the Winston one. I know that. He says, I am classically trained but getting more into jazz. Okay. I don't really know much about the difference of different music types. I certainly know when my ears like music, but I don't really follow much of the musicians. People of peace, maybe I can get educated in Canada and then go back home and work on my projects. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna do something similar. Jumping around, looking at stuff all the time. So, are you more into condenser mics or dynamic mics or ribbon mics? I don't really know much about ribbons other than I studied how they were made and how they work, but I know some people like ribbon mics, but I know they're very delicate. Condenser microphones are the popular ones, and dynamics, like the one that fell on the floor 4 times in a row, are known for being pretty rugged. So I was wondering which kind of microphones do you personally like? Do you have any particular microphone choice, or do you just looking for things based on frequency response, sensitivity, and okay. Well, let's put it this way. Okay, you said you tried some friend stuff. And obviously you had some personal experience with microphones. Based on what you have tried out, what kind of microphones do you seem to like the best, and seem to be the most suitable for your applications? I mean, there's a million microphones out there. I'm not expecting you to try every one of them, but you've used a couple, so based on the ones you tried so far, which ones do you think seem that you like the best? Well, I'll tell you which microphones I personally have a love-hate relationship with. The SM11 lapel microphone, which I'm wearing here, is one of the only dynamic ones. Well, okay, we got to keep practicing. It's just like being a musician, you know. Audio engineering is not. I've been learning how to do this on my own for years. So, but like I said, you just got to keep trying out different things. But like I said, this microphone I have a love-hate relationship with. Well, I'm going to explain why. First of all, it's good because it's a dynamic microphone. It doesn't need fancy power to work. But unfortunately, at the same time, the stupid microphone on my clothes tends to twist like this. Now, it leaves music does no good because then you can't hear me. Or it falls off too easy off my clip, off my belt. And the XLR adapter connector here is, let's see if we can get this over so I can show you here. This plug here is very heavy. Okay, this is a standard XLR connector, and this part here I just clipped to my skirt, and it works, but it's heavy. Also, there's something about the sound on the curve of this sound performance that kind of makes it kind of bassy. I don't really like that, but then again, it doesn't match my hearing. But then people seem to say it sounds better than the other microphone. I will move over here off this table so I can show it to you. It's standing here right now anyway. So let me switch over this microphone here. This is the other microphone. Now, this microphone is a generic piece of crap, cheap Chinesian piece of garbage that basically costed me about $10. And then, of course, the original element inside was a piece of crap. So we replaced the element. Of course, I can't replace the cord, but we replaced the element with a aftermarket replacement. I'll show you that. Give this away. My microphone did it. And this is a generic microphone element that I bought separately, and I put that in to replace the original title element, which is, let me just turn this thing on the microphone here for a second. So that's this microphone, and it's a pretty good microphone. It's has no shock mount, so it's very boomy. It's very, if the table is in, there's no crunch, there's no shock mount on it. Yeah, I know. Well, actually, I got a new Citizens microphone too. Let me just grab that one and I'll bring that over. I'll show what I'm talking about. Let me get that to my other table. This is a real classic microphone, highly regarded in the recording industry. Oops, let me try to get the chair the same way, or I'm going to make a mess of everything again. This is a Shure SM57. Okay. And let me go to this headphone testing. Okay, so now I'm on this microphone. Okay, not on this one yet. Go switch over to that one. Okay, this is the SM57 microphone from Shure. This is an older one that somebody had. It's a instrument grade microphone. If you look at the sound curve of this, it's very flat. It's perfect. No high peaks, no spikes. Unlike the SM58, which is a vocal microphone. This can be used for both vocal and instrumental. I like it because it has a nice flat sound. It doesn't sound boomy or anything like that. In fact, these two microphones work good together. Now I just switched on both microphones simultaneously. So now I have this microphone on, and I have this one on. Okay, so now the point here is that I can switch between the two, and you probably wouldn't notice I switched. I just turned the SM57 off, and I just turned the SM11 off. You can hear the SM57 just get a little bit crisper highs. Well, yeah, most good microphone stands. This one has a built-in shock mount in it, but it's an old microphone, so it's gonna have some boom to it. But if the microphone is in the stand, a good stand, it's not going to be a problem. When I say a good stand, I don't mean like this piece of garbage, which is a cheap Chinesian piece of crap. This is plastic. Has no weight to it at all. I filled it up with plaster Paris, and it still has no weight to it. And it still sounds like crap. Because the microphone here, if I touch it, is picking up the sound. Put it on the table here. See, it shouldn't do that. But if you put any microphone like on a piece of cloth or something like that, it won't have that kind of sound to it. So let's see, what can I use for a piece of cloth? Well, a face cloth would be fine. It'll help provide some better sound to it. And that's the one thing I need to consider. Well, that's why I like to use this one most of the time, because this is the one that I like the sound of, because it's flat and it's got a good curve to it. I would suggest not mounting it there because of the reasons that you mentioned. But the SM57 can be mounted on a boom stand and have the sound pointing towards the strings to pick up more of the musical instrument's main notes. Because if you attaching it to the post that holds up the top, it's gonna get a lot of oversaturated boom. But the SM57 in that application would still work very well, because the SM57 is, and I've done things similar to that. This microphone is highly regarded by musicians for its ability to handle overloads. It's like too much volume or noise or too much gain. It will actually be, it's known to have a pretty good way of handling it. So I would just suggest just getting yourself a regular mic stand and then just pointing it to the piano instead of actually attaching it to the post. SM57 by Shure microphone is going to cost you about $100 new, but you can get one used. I got this one used from a friend, and he was from a traveling band, and you can see it looks like it's been through friggin' hell. This is made out of solid metal frame. This is cast metal here, and it is thick. It is not thin plastic, and it's got a really nice heavy, very, very heavy metal frame. In fact, you could seriously run over this with a car and it will still work. People have actually done that with Shure, have done that for testing by running over microphones with cars, and they've survived. Try the cheap microphone which is in the pile, and I got a feeling that cartridge would be history. It's just... By the way, so if you want a good microphone, the SM57 is a very well-regarded microphone. It's a dynamic, which means there's no need for phantom power. You don't have to worry about any kind of batteries running out and dying on you in the middle of a post or in the middle of production. It's nice. I had a cheap, crappy Gem Sound consumer-grade microphone, and it just batteries kept just dying on me all the time because I keep forgetting to turn it off. So, it was not really wired properly for balanced XLR connections, and it would basically buzz like a buzzer every time, and even though I rewired it, it still sounded terrible. So SM57s, go look on eBay. Obviously, you can go get them through a Shure distributor. You can get them through many places. You can even get them from Guitar Center. You can get them from Sweetwater. Sells them. But the SM11, which I have on here, is very hard to find. If you want to get an SM11, which is a vocal lapel lavalier microphone, this thing, as I said, is not an instrument-grade microphone. Although there is an adapter for this to attach it to things like harmonicas and things like that. I don't know why you would want to. Okay, all right. Just let him know what he thinks. What I said I think you should try is the SM57. You can even try the PG series, like the PG58s, PG48s, but I don't really know much about them. As I said, the SM57 is highly regarded as a musical instrument microphone. It just is. Okay, so next question. Back to you, people of peace. I wasn't trying to ignore you. I was just talking to him about musical instrument microphones. If you want to go back to Bulgaria, you certainly can do so if you choose to. But I don't really know about how well it would work out with out there in Bulgaria. I haven't been keeping up with the political situation either. So I think most of the people are pretty much not here right now. Yeah, I know. Who else is on here? Let me take a quick look here. Living Golden, People Peace, obviously already rang off. Okay, so right now it is approximately 9:14 p.m. And guys, I'm gonna say this very nicely, is that we are having a live stream next Sunday at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. And I hope to have more of you on here instead of making me to sit here and looking like a big stupid turd on a plate, if you know what I'm saying. I really kind of would like to see more. I really would like to see more people come onto the show. And so if you would like to be out here, I'd love to have you. Let's see. So I'm gonna go ahead and get ready to wrap this up tonight. So. Turn off the phone on the right now. It's dissolved. There we go. Alright, so first of all, I want to thank you guys for being here. I know we didn't have really much going on. We had a lot of disruptions tonight with cats and microphones falling on the floor and tripping over cords. It happens. It's just I'm really sorry that we didn't get a chance to talk to more people. But, of course, you know what? It happens anyway. And the most important thing is that next week I hope to see more people come on here. And I really would love to have another conversation similar to Living Golden. I'd love to see that. Where we could talk about things that don't involve all this stuff that we've been talking about for weeks at a time, and it really, to be honest with you, let's see, it's better. Okay, so I really think it would be wonderful to talk about those things for next time. So, Monday through Saturday, we'll just try doing our normal vlogs and BCast, and then on Saturday I might do another spirituality marathon. I haven't decided yet. I was going to get some videos together, but the problem is that on our spiritual marathon or spiritual playlist, there's a lot of content that is not necessarily our own creation. And without permission from the original content producers, I don't think I can play that on my channel as part of my marathon. So I'd have to find videos that I've created with Lumi and play those. Due to the copyright policies, I can't even play Lumi's videos from her channel on my channel without the risk of a copyright strike. And that's really kind of interesting. Unless she goes ahead and files a declaration that she gives permission, then probably there wouldn't be a big issue about it. Okay, but for now, I want to thank you all for watching this. We'll see each other next Sunday at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. So do me a favor, please do not forget to like, share, subscribe. And I know that some of these videos have been crying crazy in the last few weeks. I know, trust me about it. And sorry about all the mic drops. That wasn't intended. It's just that the microphone they kept tripping over the damn cords, and there's so many of them. Maybe next week we could discuss what is the alternative for wireless headphones and wireless microphones that do not require an FCC license or permit to use. for small studios like this. Obviously, Bluetooth would be a good choice, but unfortunately, I don't know of any good Bluetooth microphones. I mean, this Mac has Bluetooth in it, but I just don't know of any particular Bluetooth ones. So, if you have any suggestions, I'd appreciate it. Okay, let me see. It looks like I have something from People Peace. I'm just going to get ready to wrap that up, People Peace. I'm going to just check real here. He says here, you can create specific playlists for spirituality videos made by you. Yes, and I'm going to try to do that, and I will do my best to get the content together. So, don't you worry about it. And, there we go. So, for now, guys, I'll see you guys next Sunday at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. Stay out of trouble. Don't do anything stupid. Don't eat any Tide Pods. Trust me, don't. And I will see you guys next Sunday at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. Until that time, stay out of trouble. By the way, you're still too loud. I'm still too loud. Okay, let's turn this down a little bit here. Still trying to get this microphone sound right, so it doesn't sound like I'm blowing in my everybody's ears. But for now, anyway, talk to you later. Bye-bye.